Welcome back. You're still tuned into Trading Hour, and we have been talking about our markets today. Well, we have a slightly, subdued kind of global cues coming in because there's not too much action to track. But Reema, there are some things that stand out as far as the global markets. What do you have your eye on?
Well, in the global spotlight, I'm watching for all the central bank action. You know, we've been talking so much about the Fed and what it's going to do 2 weeks from now. But world over, central banks are rapidly tightening interest rates as we speak. So earlier today, the Reserve Bank of Australia met, and on expected lines, they hiked interest rates by 50 basis points. This makes it the Reserve Bank of Australia's fifth rate hike, and 4 of them have been by a whopping 50 basis points, which means Australia is caught in the midst of its fastest tightening cycle since 1994. Tomorrow, we've got Bank of Canada. They're going to be meeting where they will deliberate upon a rate hike, and they're also widely expected to deliver another outsized interest rate hike of 75 basis points, and this follows a 100 basis points rate hike that Canada did in July. This would imply close to 300 basis points of tightening since March. But economists in Canada are still divided on whether the rate hikes will continue or will we see a pause, because Bank of Canada has front-loaded the rate hikes. As I said, it will be close to 300 basis points of a rate hike by Bank of Canada. So they could possibly wait after the current rate hike for the economy to catch up. But the most important one will be on Thursday, when the ECB, the European Central Bank, meets. Europe is currently facing its worst energy crisis. There are numerous anecdotes of firms cutting back on production. Inflation is running at 9.1%, which is 4 times that of the target of 2%. So ECB will need to raise rates. Though there is some debate still whether it's going to be a 50 basis points rate hike or is it going to be a 75 basis points rate hike, and it's going to be a close call. The recent data, ECB's Consumer Expectations Survey, which was published on last Friday, it provided a further argument for a 75 basis points rate hike, with consumers now seeing inflation in 3 years at 3% versus 2.8% in June. So inflationary expectations have also gone up in the last 2 months. And ECB's board member, Isabel Schnabel, if you remember, at the Jackson Hole warned that ECB should not retreat too soon, even if inflation slows down. But a 75 basis points rate hike by the ECB can further tilt the Eurozone into a recession, but a low rate hike, say 50 basis points, may not be enough to prevent inflation spiraling out of control. So it's going to be an important week of central bank action. Today, Reserve Bank of Australia has raised rates by 50 basis points, but tomorrow on Wednesday, Bank of Canada is going to be meeting, and on Thursday, we've got the ECB, the European Central Bank, which will be meeting, and all these, the upcoming 2 ones are going to be delivering some big rate hikes. So that's on our Global Spotlight today.
Okay, thanks for that, Reema. We're going to take a very quick break. When we return, it's been a strong debut for Dream Folks on D Street. We'll get you all the details, and in a bit, we'll also be joined by the management. Stay tuned.